is amazing. It's so beautiful. Aruba was okay to me. It wasn't really, it's definitely not my favorite. A lot of people love it. It was just meh. It was okay. St. Thomas was beautiful. Again, not at the top of my list. I felt like I was in Jamaica, to be honest with you. There was a lot of similarities there between the beaches and the mountains and just the overall landscape. It just looked very similar to Jamaica. And I actually went to the US side, US Virgin Islands, St. Thomas mainly. Dominica, I was impressed. Dominica was just beautiful. The people were amazing. They were fun. They were lively. They reminded me of home. The rainforest, though, was just absolutely stunning. I didn't think I was going to enjoy Dominica as much as I did. But my favorite, oh wait, let me talk about Canada. Canada, I went when I was 14 in the middle of winter. So obviously I was young. I didn't get to do adult things, obviously, right? In addition to that, I don't really mix well with winter. I mean, I'll go somewhere that's cold, but I feel like I just wanted to stay indoors the whole time. I didn't really enjoy myself. And it's like it was so cold. I remember there was a lake by the house I was staying at that was frozen over, and everything is just gloomy. And I was like, this is not it. I can probably appreciate it more now that I'm older, but at that time I was like, no, I want to get outside, I want to explore, and it was just brutally cold to do that. So hopefully I'll get to go back again. Not to mention, I stayed in Ontario, Canada, which I heard is much more slower. I would love to go to Carnival, Carabash in Toronto. I would love to do, I think it's called Carabash, right? I think. But the Caribbean Carnival that they have in Canada, that I would love to do. Costa Rica. That has been my favorite destination thus far. We stayed in Manuel Antonio, yourself in the middle of a country you know nothing about. But I did it all the same. I'm glad I did. But I don't advise you to go alone. So, and I say this because I'm not a snake person, and Costa Rica has, I think it's like over 100 different species of venomous snakes. That's just venomous. So, but it was through the forest. You come up and you come down, and when I peeked at the top, they had a bench and they had a rail, and you looked into the ocean. I think we were on the Gulf side, but I could be wrong. Tulamar might be on the Caribbean side, so now I'm not sure. I think we're on the Gulf side. Either way, it was gorgeous. So I went to the top, and it was a panoramic view of the ocean, and I was like, oh my gosh. And honestly, if you didn't take that trail, no one else got that view. So that was something that I got to take home with me, that out of like the other 12 friends that went with us, I was the only one that took that trail. So I went up, and then you go downwards and it enters out onto the beach. The beach was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It was a private beach for that property, so at any given time you might have like 2 or 3 couples on the beach, or families, and that's it. So it was just very serene, very beautiful, honestly. And then we also went whitewater rafting, which was the first and only time I've ever done that. I would do that again in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would go whitewater rafting again. So much fun. So much fun. The food was amazing. Fresh seafood. I had mangoes every day for breakfast. There was a mango tree at the restaurant right across the street that we would go to, and I went out in their property and saw like mangoes on the floor, and I picked them up. They were not damaged, no bugs in them, they didn't burst. And I was like, can I have these? They're like, yeah, go ahead. And they're a different species of mango than what we get in Jamaica. They're small, but they're sweet. So I'd never had that one, and it was just like eating an apple every day, just mangoes. But the fish was great, the tuna was great. I just honestly, I had an amazing experience. The food overall was amazing. I have no complaints about Costa Rica, and I would go back in a heartbeat. I didn't even get to do the natural springs that they have, or the wellness retreats, or any of that stuff, so I definitely want to go back for that. So now, my bucket list. I go back and forth about my number 1 spot. It's a tie between 3 places. 3 places on the top of my bucket list. It's a tie. And I can't really say that I favor one or the other. From what I know of them, from my friends that have been, from what I have seen, they all come out on top. Okay, so number 1, 3 places. Here we go. Japan. Take me to Japan. Like yesterday, girl. Take me to Japan. I really, really want to go. The other one is Switzerland. I can see myself frolicking in the hills, watching the waterfalls from the snow-capped mountains come down. Oh my gosh. I definitely want to go to Switzerland. And the other one is Singapore.